Hey, we're trying the podcast again. This is take 2 because we fucked everything up. Barry, get off your phone, man. This is important. Barry's over here diddling his thumbs on the phone. So welcome to Rusty Chatters Podcast, where we talk about things productive, usually masturbation. But we're not going to start with that today. So,
All right.
so anyway, I was telling a story how I got diddled in the workplace. And I'm sitting there in work at the pawn shop in between careers, and this guy walks up, and he goes, hey, what's up, skinhead? I said, I'm definitely not a skinhead, man. That's not cool. You don't just go throwing that term around. Next thing I know, I'm trying to get some jewelry from under the counter, and he wants to see like a chain, and he rubs my bald head. And I look at him, I was like, hey, man, that's not cool. He says, I ain't gay, man. It's cool. And I was like, well, I'm sorry. I'd rather you be gay sitting there than a straight man diddling me. So that's not the point of this, sir. All right, you don't have to justify it. You just don't diddle people. All right.
Sorry, man. I'm not gay. I'm just going to touch that nice chrome dome
Yeah,
of
that
yours
chrome
just
dome.
because it's, magnetizing, I guess.
Yeah, and the whole point is here, you just don't diddle people. I mean, didn't you ever like watch those, things when you're in elementary school? Hey, kids, if this guy diddles you, tell an adult. Well,
I mean, just run the stranger danger as always.
Hold on. Was he a funny guy?
no, he was weird, man. He just diddled me. How funny
Not
is
funny,
that?
funny.
Like maybe one of those, like kind of like on your head and wipe it like a rag.
Oh yeah, those guys.
Yeah.
just got to give you a nice little sheen on there.
Oh yeah, a little sheen shine.
Yeah, that'd be gross, man. Get some hot breath on your fucking dome.
Just hot old man breath.
Especially
I bet, how old was this guy?
49.
Yeah, that's that old man dad breath.
Oh,
He's
man.
had like 3 kids and just stale.
And he's in a pawn shop pawning thing, so there's like a 20% chance he's probably drunk. 40% chance he's
Probably 40% chance
he's probably drunk. Yeah.
Oh, Barry, what can you say about the pawn shop today with that tweaker?
Well, I did have a tweaker come in today. He was a nice guy, man.
Oh yeah, dude! I saw that on your story. I was like, I had to rewatch it because I was like, wait, hold on, what's going on? I saw him twitching and moving.
Yeah,
like
I didn't
you
get the whole
He was
thing.
filming.
He was staring at me and made me feel weird. I had 2 weird things actually happen to me today. One's pawn shop related, and one's getting lunch while I'm working at the pawn shop. So I'll tell the story about the tweaker. So he came in. He actually came in twice today. He came in originally today. And he walked around a little bit, and I was like, man, this guy's tripping. And because I noticed him there by the jewelry counter. And I looked at him and was like, hey, man, how's it going? He couldn't even acknowledge, he couldn't even understand that I was talking to him. He was just, I don't know, he's just moving about and hugging himself and looking around like something's following him.
Yeah,
Just chasing
his
that
skin's
purple
on
dragon.
fire. He got
Yeah.
ants crawling all over.
Oh,
You don't really
yeah,
know where
he
they're
was-
coming from.
It was
Looking
he
like
was
everybody in
definitely
my
on something.
household growing up.
Jesus.
But I'm sitting there watching him, kind of laughing a little bit, which is mean, But
Not really.
I
He put himself in that situation.
I generally find enjoyment out of this kind of stuff. And, I'm over there watching him. He just straight finger brushes his teeth for a hard 30 seconds and just walks out the door. And I was like, all right. I was like, it is what it is, I was like, I'm going to go get lunch now. And, probably, I don't know, hour before we close up, he comes back in. And he's just making these laps around our jewelry counter.
Trying to get his steps in.
And it's something. I'm like, hey man, how's it going? And he's just looking around all wide eyed. I'm like, all right, man. That's what's up. And then from there, he's he was saying something. He was mumbling, looking really scared. I was like, man, you all right? He's like, yeah. And he's kind of mumbled something people's following him. He's like, yeah, people are following me. And I'm like, hey man, ain't nobody following you, man. It's just us here.
Just casually saying that to him.
And,
it's no big deal. No, man.
And he
I'm just
looks at me
following
I'm all crazy, and he makes another lap around the thing, and had to actually go to the dollar store to grab some cat food. And so I was about to walk out the store, and I was just right in front of the door where our jewelry counter faces the door. And then I pointed at the ground as he was walking by, and I was like, hey, watch out! And he freaked up, threw his hands up and was tiptoeing. And I was like, whoa, man, you almost stepped on something there. And
He hit this noise, hit the...
and he freaked and just fucking left the store. And one of the coworkers, Lindsay, she's like, what was he about to step on? I was like, nothing.
Nothing at all.
Nothing.
Oh, that's one way.
He's about to step on whatever he feared the most at that time.
They were following me. I knew it.
It's like Stephen King's It, he just fears whatever. But what the funny thing about it is you could another way you could have fucked with him if you'd be like, hey man, I know what you did. It's cool, man. I ain't gonna tell. And he'd be like, huh? I'm like, I know what you did last summer. Roll credits. No.
Roll credits.
Oh man.
Just start rolling around. It's like, so why'd you do that?
And he's like,
Was that a Scream
What do
reference?
you mean? Just why'd you do that?
Was it off a Scream?
what was that movie? I know what you
No,
did
it's
last
called I
summer.
Know What You Did Last Summer.
Dude with the hook running around busting everybody's cheeks with the hook.
Or was it a parody? He was like, "Hey, I know what you did last summer."
I mean,
I
that's
know
kind of
they're
what
a
happened.
parody off the
Nah,
Scream
they
movie.
said They said that on Scary Movie.
Scary movie. Okay.
Yeah, because they're just doing everything.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
I knew it was some movie. I saw the.
But no, as I went and got lunch today, guys. Another funny thing, I'm just cruising down the street. Y'all know the corner. It's the corner of Theodore Dawes and Carroll Plantation.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, I'm like heading towards Highway 90. For the listeners, it's just a little T intersection, no big deal. On the corner there, I'm like, oh, I'm just cruising. Oh, there's another person walking down the street because I'm in Theodore, Alabama. Pretty normal. Or someone hanging out on the side of the road. Not a big deal, Well, I take a second look, and this motherfucker, completely unclothed. Completely, like nothing. No socks, nothing.
Like bath salt style.
And just like, I don't know what they were doing, but they had like all their shit, like they were stacking it against like the power pole there, just like making a little teepee or whatever they're going to do, just butt ass naked. And I'm like, oh, let me whip it around real quick. And I was going to go take a picture, right? And then,
revenge porn.
and then as I was swinging back around, because I only saw the backside, right? And it was a pretty broad person. I was like, oh, it's some dude, right? And as I swung back around, I noticed it was a lady. And I was like, well, I shouldn't take a picture of some lady. That's inappropriate.
But it'd been fun if it was a dude.
So I kept going. And I was like, oh, I ran back into the store. And I was like, guys, you never guess what I just saw. But
Looking like Don Vito out there.
All I will say about that is like, yeah, it might be more wrong to like take a picture of a woman, but it's much more like like crude and offensive to like show a picture of a naked guy to somebody.
Yeah.
It's just like the old penis.
Why would you think I wanted to see that?
It's like, dude, like a penis is much more like offensive than anything a woman could do. It's just like, oh, dude.
yeah, I guess you're right.
Like how many nude scenes do you see in R-rated movies? I can't think of any.
I mean,
just a swing.
And every time,
tiny.
dude, I'll tell you what. Anytime you ever see like a penis in like a movie, it's always just like, like, it's like a car wreck.
It's a car
It's
wreck.
like, Jesus Christ, I really was not ready for that. I don't know. It's just funny. Every time that happens.
Oh, like in Forgetting Sarah Marshall, it's like, I'm not going to put my clothes on. If I put my clothes on, it means it's over.
Oh, man. Like shamefully putting your clothes back on. There's probably nothing worse than that.
Mm-hmm.
Other than being completely naked with shoes on.
That's actually a good feeling, man. It makes me feel clean. I don't know why,
Feel
but
clean?
yeah,
Maybe
man.
Feel
'cause-
clean with,
shower afterwards.
like with just your shoes on, completely naked.
Yeah, man, you feel clean.
Like,
I mean,
Yeah.
I feel more naked than I've ever been in my life. But
Yes.
I mean-
Like you could have me barefoot sitting on the ground, no shoe, no sock, completely naked, and I would not feel as naked as if I had shoes on.
Oh, I know. It's just,
Yeah,
Like it's just
But if
It's
you
odd.
wound up just somewhere butt-ass naked, I would rather have shoes on than anything, you know what I mean?
Well, if I was out in the wilderness, I'd
Yeah.
like to have shoes on.
Because, I mean, I think I could come across something to kind of cover myself up. But definitely, I'd like a nice pair of shoes.
Speaking of shoes, man, we got carried away the other day at what place were we at?
Oh,
shoe station.
We at Shoe Station. Now we were checking out the old man K Swisses, the old man New Balances, old.
Barry was
See,
rocking
K
them.
Swisses weren't old man shoes.
It's the
the
New
New
Balance,
Balance
them
were-
fat ass chunky white or
and then
black.
Nike Monarch.
Yeah, the
So
Nike Monarch.
We were over
shoes.
there, and I was like, dude,
Monarchs.
when we get some spare money, we gotta buy some suspenders. We gotta buy everybody in the crew buying a pair of them shoes, and everybody just walk with a hunch and walk slow, and just talk about things nobody wants to talk about in public with you.
Well,
to
good
people.
news is I probably have enough
Honestly,
suspenders
anything
for
you
all
ever
of us.
talk about with anybody in public, nobody wants to
Yeah,
talk about with you.
you know,
Yeah.
we can make a big day out of it, and then we can go to restaurants, whatever, and have like a little like flip up like notepad. But only thing is that's written down there is our bowel movement schedule.
Like a Rolodex of bowel movements. Just like start flipping
and then cut
through
the
'em.
converson. Oh no, it's time to poop. I gotta go.
Oh yeah.
No, you walk
like,
out
I'm
of the
on-
bathroom,
I'm on a
come back in,
schedule
you're like
here.
writing something down, but you leave it there to where the hostess or your waiter can see it. Oh yeah, it's perfect.
And then we can ask people about their hobbies, and as they try to explain it, we interrupt their hobbies and tell them about our grandkids. We could do that.
that we don't have.
Yeah. Well, my grandson also plays the guitar.
Well, here's the thing. It's
Well, now we're
like
gonna
it's
go
like
with face
dress like
paint.
old people, but don't even like put makeup. Just like be us, like we are.
Yeah.
But
act
completely not gray haired except for Barry.
old. Yeah.
Fuck you, Russell's bald.
I am
At least you
bald.
don't have gray hair.
Hell yeah.
Well,
man.
he might have hair.
He might.
He might. Yeah, he might have a couple gray hairs.
And
we
you'll
never
never
see.
know.
Yeah.
Because I'm a mystery man.
Little salt in it.
Salt and pepper man.
Yeah.
I had an interesting like exchange, I guess you could say, with one of my customers that I do pools for. So I'm like downtown Mobilis, one of these places, and he has apparently what he does is he rents his pool out every weekend for parties and stuff, and I guess they kind of they run.
So when you clean this pool, what kind of things do you find in that
Well, that's kind of that's kind of the point of this little small story or anecdote.
Oh gosh.
I should say. But anyway, so I pull up to his pool. You know, he's usually out there like talking to me or whatever. He's kind of, I think he's mixed a little bit. But anyway, so I pull up to the.
This adds to the story.
It does. It's actually very pertinent to the story.
All right.
So I pull up to his house a couple weeks ago, and I walk up to him. You know, I was like, "Oh, hey, how's it going? You know, everything doing all right?" And he's like, "I just want to let you know, I have a lot of minorities that swim in my pool." And
Whoa,
and I was
dude.
like, I don't know why he chose that terminology. it was just like trying to appeal to me because I'm white, I guess. I don't know, but he was just like, I've got a lot of minorities that swim in my pool, so you're about to find a whole lot of. It's real cloudy from all the body oils and ethnic products that they use. and I was just like, it's like, so you going to be able to clear it up, right? And I was like, yeah, I guess so, man. I was just really stunned about his terminology. I was just like, all right, man. It's like this almost black guy is telling me about the minorities that swim in this pool. And I was like, all right, man. And I just walked away and just started busting out laughing because I didn't feel like comfortable laughing like right there when he said it. I really didn't know how to take it.
You were like, yeah, that's my crazy grandfather, you know.
Yeah, this dude's probably in his 40s. I don't know. He was just like, and he's very, very metro. So I would say there's about a 65% chance he might be gay too. But it was just really weird because he has this kind of like effeminate voice. It's like, I just want to let you know there's a bunch of minorities that swim in my pool. So if you could clean that up for me.
Was it a nice pool?
No. It's very cloudy because of all the ethnic oils and products that are in the pool.
Spencer's just a crappy pool boy.
No, I mean it cleans up every weekend, but yeah, when I get there from his parties and stuff, it's all like cloudy and
He says
whatever else is in it.
You're just like, sir, I don't know what you want me to do with that information, but I'm going to get to cleaning your pool now. Huh? And it's like, all right, I just thought I'd warn you. I'm like, all right, man, thanks.
I don't know. It was just so funny him just like using that terminology. I really didn't know what to do with it. I was like,
it sounded like he said minorities like an old grandpa would at a country gas station when there's nobody around. Like, and you're just like,
in my pool. I'm like,
all right, old dude, I'm just gonna walk away now. He just made a scene here in the old country store.
Yeah, like I said, it took me aback because, like I said, he's like a mixed guy, and I was like, just really odd for you to say that.
You couldn't compute. You're just kind of like twitching a little, like, what? All right, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of felt like he was trying to appeal to me because I was like white and just
And
like
you
trying
were
to tap
hoping-
into
How
my
old was
little
he?
bit of racism or something
yeah,
that
yeah.
I like somewhere deep down in my soul might have.
he's
What was
trying
his
to-
age?
40.
He's probably mid to late 40s.
Yeah.
That is an awkward
odd.
social encounter.
I don't know. I walked away just busted out laughing. I thought it was the funniest thing ever happened that day. I was like, oh my God.
Speaking of weird social encounters, when I went to school back in the day, so
Go
back
Jags.
when I went to, they'd pass homework around the class. Like after you've done your homework,
Oh, yeah.
somebody'd pass it around.
Oh, with your grade on it already?
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
And there was this kid named Larry, and I don't know if you guys have ever seen The Big Lebowski. You ever seen The Big Lebowski?
Oh, I love the Big
Oh, yeah.
Lebowski.
Where there's this scene where, you know, they're trying to figure out whose homework it is, this scene, and they find this homework, and they come up, and there's kids named Larry, and they're like, is this your homework, Larry? Is this your homework, Larry? And it's two guys.
Of course, this is homework, man.
Yeah,
Just look at
They
it.
start fucking with the kid really hard, and they're like, it's your fucking homework, Larry, and he's like raging. And I started kind of fucking with the dude in the class. I don't even know the guy, and the reason I fucked with him in particular is because this particular guy, Larry, would never say hey back to me in the hallway. He would ignore me. I'd be like, what's up, Larry? And he'd just keep walking. I'm
Didn't
like,
you say he was kind of like a real nerdy kid, like kind of like
yes,
socially awkward kid?
he was very socially awkward, but one time I was in the elevator from the bottom floor all the way to the top, you know, which is 2 floors. I said, hey, Larry, what's going on, man? Nobody in the elevator. He looks at me and looks away and looks at the elevator and just waits to get off. I'm like, motherfucker, what did I do to this guy? And so that's when I decided I will fuck with you now. Yeah.
Apparently.
And so, you know, Larry didn't like my sense of humor. Well, up to that point, he just didn't like me as a person. I was like, hey, Larry. And there was another day, I would tell all my classmates this, well, you're tripping. And one day, I'm beside an old classmate. He's like, watch this. What's up, Larry? He goes, hey, what's up, man? And I was like, motherfucker, dude. Like, I say this every day. I put in work, and he don't pay me no mind. So that after that, I decided to fuck with him. So I just remember passing the homework back. I was like, hey, man, is this your homework, Larry? Is this your homework, Larry? And my buddy's like, of course this is homework, man. Look at him. And I was like, this is your fucking homework. Never cracked a smile. And, like, he didn't think it was funny. And then, like, me and was the only guys, like, laughing about it. And like, all right,
Yeah, you're just a bunch of assholes, man.
Nah, he's the asshole, man. He's the OG asshole. You don't just ignore me.
He started it.
Yeah, he did, man.
It's like also you're putting out this like very niche like reference that nobody's gonna catch right off the top.
Never look it up.
This is your fucking homework, Larry.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't know what to do.
Actually, that reminds me of this guy today at the shop, man. Old Keith was helping him out. Fucking, guy was picking up a gun. He was on delay, coming by to, just pick it on up. And I was like, I was walking up to the counter, come out the back, whatever. I was like, oh, how you doing today, sir? He's right there at the counter, like right in front of me, like filling out his paperwork. Looks up at me, pauses for a second, goes, and then goes right back to what he was doing. And I like look over at Keith, and Keith's like just like trying not to laugh. And I'm like, all right. I was like, I guess I'm just go fuck myself. Like walk away. And then like the old guy just like finished up his papers. Oh, here you go, Keith. Like I was like, I wouldn't fucking shit. I was like, man, I ought to fucking,
I ought to bust his cheeks.
Oh man, this shit's ridiculous. I was like, hell wrong with these folk, man? He like some old guy, sees me all covered in tattoos and a beard and middle aged.
Yeah.
He's like, nah.
These damn kids and their tattoos and their hippity hop music.
I don't know what the hell's going on with this world. I miss when Reagan was here.
Oh fucking dude, that's crazy, man.
Dude, and there's so many old guys that come in like
hey,
that, man.
I had an experience like that. This is a reference to a dude that come in before, but I'd seen him the other day again. He comes in, he's talking about his tattoos or whatever. And again, I have no tats. Barry's got some tats. I have nothing against tattoos. I just never got around to getting it. It's just not my thing. I don't want to be stuck with a needle because I don't like feeling the needles. But anyway, this guy comes in and he's pawning some stuff. And I was like, yeah, man, I'll give you a little bit of extra money, yada, yada. And he's like, yeah, man, I just, I'm out of work lately because I have trouble getting work because people judge me on my appearance. He had tattoos all over his arms, neck, and his face. I'm like, I don't think it's the tattoos. I think it's that big SS tattoo on the side of your neck that's probably stopping people. And that Nazi flag on the other arm right there. That's probably what does it. Not the tattoos themselves. If I just saw lollipops all over, I'd be like, all right.
This dude really likes
just likes lollipops. Got a sweet tooth.
He's a very, very sugary man. Got a lot of sugar in his tank.
Yeah. But I think he completely missed the point.
Missed the cultural significance of that. Yeah. That's one thing I'll never understand is like, I'm not really getting political by any means, but just the fact that neo-Nazis are a thing in America.
Yeah.
That's just I think that's the weirdest thing.
It's a prison thing, though. It's not it's not normal for normal people to do it. As a normal, I'm just saying general society, that's a prison thing. It's a prison society.
Right, but those prison...
That guy's got those tattoos to save his own bunghole in prison.
I mean, that is a fair, like,
and
angle.
that's exactly what I think when I see that. Like, that guy cared enough about his butthole
to get SS tattooed with a melted like plastic
100%,
cone.
yes, with a big pen, tattoo that with a big pen.
And hey, shout out to Bic.
Would you rather get this tattoo burned into you or anal sex?
Well, you got to think which one's going to affect you more down the road. You know what I mean?
Well, let me see it first. You're like, oh God.
Hey, it's like.
I mean, think about it. What's bills look like 2 weeks
what's
from
really
now?
What's really going to affect you in the long term? Let's say you went to the old prison for like maybe manslaughter, got 10 years. Could you take old butthole ramming like once or twice and then still like possibly get a job?
Yeah, I guess that's a good way. It's either diapers for life, turtleneck for life. You know what
I mean? Just kind of
take your pick.
I mean, once you get the turtleneck, you got to get the fanny pack.
There you go.
I mean, now you're 90s fucking
rock.
Dwayne Johnson. You're getting hell ass.
Yeah, getting all the ass.
Really now.
He's still got that turtleneck on in the bedroom too.
Yeah.
You didn't even shower that shit.
Oh yeah, man. He don't take it off.
No, don't take that shit off for nobody.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
He won't even let Jesus see that that freaking SS tattoo.
Yeah, it's just a really weird interaction though.
But seriously though, like really, really and truly, like you talk to, or like you see, I don't know any skinheads or
You see them more than you think in lower Mississippi.
Well, I'm saying you do, but what I'm saying is like I've never really had an actual like honest to God, conversation with one. But like you talk to them, they're all like super like patriotic, quote unquote, America and this, that, and the other. But like all about like
repping
Hitler.
the World War II.
It doesn't make any sense to me. Like I will never understand it. It's like you want to be a Nazi, but you're all about America. At the same time, we fought against the Nazis.
Yeah,
I will. It's a very big conundrum.
Yeah, like I was watching the Comedy Central roasts, and Jeff, the host, whatever his name is,
Jeff Ross.
He was in a prison. And he was, just kind of fucking with each dude, and he showed up there, and he saw a guy with some tats. He's like, "Hey, man, the war is over." And the guy was just like, "What the fuck, man? You gonna call me out?" I was like, "Yeah."
I mean, you're wearing it on your body.
You
want
roast.
people to see it. It's not just for you.
At the roast, man.
Yeah.
Man, crazy shit you see down here, though. And Barry is Barry's a little instigator sometimes himself, though, man. You guys might not know. I mean, we know it here, but for the listeners, Barry's a little shithead, and he's a kid, man. Like, y'all was talking about how I was a shithead. Barry getting some stuff too, man. He's getting punched in the face while he's asleep, and yes, that was his fault. I'm a victim blamer. Hanging around some folks, man.
Look at what he was wearing, man. Of course it was going to happen.
Yeah, face. I just really want to punch.
Yeah, and that brings me up to discussion. When you're asleep and somebody fucking hits you,
I
you wake up.
Fucking problem with hookah shell necklaces, and if y'all do, fuck all of y'all. Hate on what I got on.
It's like it's funny though. You get punched when you're sleeping or slapped. You wake up confused. Just that second hit that gets you ready to go. You know what's happening. The first hit, you're just like, I
mean, I think it's only courtesy. You got to punch somebody twice. You know what I mean?
Let them know what the fuck.
That's just the right thing to do at that point.
Just in case the first one was a fluke, you know what I mean? Like,
well, you want it.
You only landed that first one because I wasn't ready. You landed that second one because you was fucking about it.
Well, and also, here's the thing: is like the reason why you're punching somebody is because you need to set them straight. You know what I mean? So once you punch them that one time, they wake up all like dazed, confused. You gotta set them straight, get them woke up, figure out what's going on.
Hell, I tried fighting a guy the other day at the pawn shop. I know I told you about one story, but this again another one.
Let's go again. I'm ready for another one.
Hey, before
God,
Barry goes, how many
jobs
do you know you can fight customers on a daily basis and keep your job? Pawn shop. Go ahead, Barry.
Pawn shop. All right. So actually, I've had two crazy incidents in the past week and a half. So last week I was working night shift, or week before, and some dude came in with some garbage. And what you do at night shift is anything you don't want, be like, yeah, sir, I can't take that in the night, but if you bring it by tomorrow, let my manager see it.
Oh, yeah, just totally
just to avoid the whole thing, because my car's right there at the window, and you know which one's mine. And it's like, I don't want you scratching my fucking car on the way out, you know what I mean? And, so you're always super nice to whoever is at the window, don't matter what they say to you, what they're flipping you, it doesn't matter. Yeah, you're super nice to them. And, guy comes back in. I was like, yeah, man, like I told you last night, I can't take it. And, he had some sort of, I don't know, some old-ass random bullshit. I don't even remember what it was. Some recovery machine for AC. He's like, fuck no. Like, this is a pawn shop. We're not here to fix your AC. We're not HVAC team, you know what I mean? Here, we're not fucking servicing the area. Don't need that shit. And,
the shit ain't calibrated for any HVAC representative anyway.
No, exactly. And the guy's like mumbling some shit, like walking out the door. And I'm the kind of guy who's pretty nonchalant. And because he was like,
but he goes 0 to 1,000 real
quick.
And the guy was saying something, and I was like, yeah, man, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like he was all pissed off. And then he's like, yeah, it is what it is. I'd smack the fuck out of you. I heard him like mumble that shit.
No.
And I was like, oh, what was that, sir? And I'm like, so being all polite and shit. And I'm like, sir. I was like, I'm on the way over here. What were you gonna do? And I was like, are you like walking around the counter?
Gosh, it's the game.
And no, I was literally just gonna walk up and punch him because I don't know. Sometimes just like when I hate to say it,
you get bored on night shift, man.
No, this was during the day.
It's from God and everybody.
And it was like me and Keith like the next day like chilling at the counter. Keith's like, no, man. I was like, no, it's cool, man. I was like, I'm just gonna go out there and hit him once or twice. And Keith's like the guy left. He's like, don't. It's not worth your time. I was like, I know it's not worth my time, but I kind of want to do it.
I'm just kind of bored, I need to spice it up.
He's like, man, dude, he's like, I don't know to take you serious or what when you're doing shit like that because like you're laughing about it, but you're fucking on the way over there and you're fucking moving. And I was like, no, I'm totally serious, man. He's like, I still don't. He's like, I still can't tell, man, 'cause you're smiling at me when you're saying.
Just because I'm serious, don't mean I can't think it's funny.
Yeah. So it's like you see all these like superhero movies. It's like you punch him, you won't feel better. Like, nah, actually, I feel pretty good. After I hit him, he falls down. I'm like, huh, motherfucker.
Bitch.
Hey, Barry, tell about that domestic dispute.
Oh, all right. So this was 2 days ago. You know, we're kind of busy. It's kind of end of the day, whatever. And it's just Russell literally just went out to go get dinner. And, I mean, Russell been gone 10, 15 minutes. And, of course, all hell breaks loose, and we're crazy busy. And it's just me and Lindsay in there. And, you know, I'm ringing up someone's pawn or something like that. Someone's picking up some jewelry or something. I don't know. And I'm at the counter with somebody, some elderly fellow. And I like to say elderly fellow. And then some, like, you know, middle-aged guy comes in, bigger guy, and he's, like, nonchalant, like, walks around. I'm like, oh, how's it going, sir? He's like, it's going pretty good. He's like, by the way, there's some dude beating the shit out of his girlfriend in your parking lot. And I'm like, huh. I was like, well, son of a bitch. I was like, let me walk out there. I started walking around the counter. I guess, you know, Lindsay heard it, and she, like, ran around. And, like, I was already almost through the door. And Lindsay's like, oh, here's the store gun. You know, we get a little pump shotgun.
Just hand her the shotgun right there.
Shotgun.
Go take care of it, Barry. You know what to do.
Well, got a good spread. Well, you don't know what's happening, you know, out there, really. I didn't know. I was just going to go out there, you know, blindly, whatever. I was like, all right, cool, I'll take it. The store gun's always loaded, by the way. Not this exact instance, but I'm going to explain that here momentarily. But,
Spoiler alert.
yeah, spoiler alert. So I'm out there, you know, and I wasn't, like, pointing at the guy. I walk over there, like, in the corner, and I was like, sure enough, guy's beating the hell out of her. And I'm like walking around the corner, and I'm like, you know, I get my deep voice. I'm like, hey. And then, like, he doesn't miss the beat. He's just smacking that bitch around. I'm like, I get a little bit closer. I'm probably 6 feet away. Keep my social distance, of course. And I'm like, hey, cut that shit out. And the guy gets up and looks back all angry. He's a tall crackhead. I mean, man, this dude was like 6'2", 6'3". Probably would have whooped my ass. and had like
He's whipping
the
her
shotgun,
ass, man. You ain't
kinda
much
like
better than she is.
It was, you know, it's a tactical shotgun. So I mean, like, it doesn't have the pistol grip on it, but it's got the short barrel, short stock.
They get a home defense shotgun.
Yeah, home defense. Yeah. No, it's not a Mossberg.
I'm saying like
It's a respectable gun. It's not a monster.
yeah, it's respectable. And but no, I had like the stock against my arm, whatever. And he like saw it. He's like, oh, and like hops up. It's like, yeah, get the fuck out of here. And the girl's like, oh, thank you so much. Like, yeah, you get the fuck out of here too. I was like, we don't want none of that here. I was like, none of that. And, like, the guy like gets in his truck, like pulls out, and she's like, she's like trying to say something to him. I was like, no, get the fuck out of here. And I was like, walk back inside, and like the old guy at the counter, he's like looking all crazy at me. And like, I mean, this dude had to be like 60, about to bust 70. Like, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, sir. Where were we at? And he's like, and I'm like, it's sir. I was like, sir, it's okay. It's okay. It's no big deal. I was like, look, the cops are in the parking lot now. And he's like, oh, okay. And I was like, what do we need to do? And,
be like, sir, it's okay. We haven't shot a customer in 180 days. Up there.
On the wall.
Good, man.
it was like
oh, shit.
it's like no need to restart the counter right now, man. We're
Oh,
good.
that would be an ideal thing to like put, just like a little funny
It's
thing.
like, it's like X amount of
That
days
really
since
would,
last,
honestly.
pawn shop shooting.
Well,
Just 5 days up
I would
there.
say I'd have to say last person that died in our parking lot, because
And
we
you know,
did
it
have
ain't
someone
been that
die in our
long.
parking
It
lot.
ain't
Like,
been that long since then.
yeah, it was like 2 months ago.
Die by the pond, they say.
Hold on,
Hey,
what?
we talked about that in the
Yeah.
on the podcast.
Hang
Yeah,
on.
the pond
Hey, can we
cast.
all agree that like
This
Barry,
is the Pondcast, by the way.
Yeah, this is
Barry
basically
is
the podcast.
is channeling his inner DMX for these interactions? Hey, yeah. Rest in peace.
Hey, Russell, speaking of, none of that.
Oh,
None of that.
oh yeah, dude. So I was in the club one day, and this is after the Iron Bowl. And for you viewers out there, Iron Bowl is like the biggest thing in
know what the
Alabama
Iron
sports
Bowl is.
history.
Yeah,
Well,
people in Washington State know what the Iron Bowl
people
is.
in Italy don't. And we got a listener in Italy say, you can all fuck yourselves. 3 nuts right now, all mine, in your mouth a piece. Right
Why do you
there.
have-
I didn't
Why
even
do
say
you have
anything.
3
Why am
nuts?
I in this?
I
I
wish
was
I had
just looking at you.
Yeah, well, wouldn't you have?
Okay, so
Well, I guess I'm the weird one.
the Iron Bowl is the
It's all
biggest,
about ropes.
it's the biggest rivalry game in the SEC, probably in the country, honestly. It's super big because, Alabama.
People die over this shit.
Yeah, so Auburn versus Alabama football. And Auburn won, right? And it was one of them years where Auburn shouldn't have won, but they just 3-7 just somehow beat Alabama.
Yeah,
It's like
somehow
1-all.
kept freaking what's his name's like contract going.
Yeah, it just somehow, kept old Gus hanging on there. And anyway, they won that night, and I went out to the club, and I was going to celebrate. Like, yeah, it's a big deal. Everybody goes out wearing the jerseys that night. I go, and I see an Auburn fan, a guy I agree with, and I'm probably the only Auburn fan in this room. So I walk over to the guy, and he's yelling. Like, it's short man syndrome. Dude is like 5'5". He's he's
He's
jacked.
shorter than you?
Yeah,
Wow.
and he's jacked. But I don't have short man syndrome though.
Nah, no.
He's there.
You say that.
He's there yelling at this guy. He's like, man, Jalen Hurts ain't no. Jalen Hurts is the quarterback for Alabama, the opposite team. He's like, Jalen Hurts ain't nobody. Jalen Hurts, and he's keeping this high steam energy, right? I just walked by. I was like, hey man, War Eagle, and he shifts it to me, and he stops fucking this guy, and all night, hey man, yada yada, and he's just rattling like crazy, rattling. And so then I walk away. After that weird interaction, I'm talking to some buddies, and I'm talking about like a boxing match or something, showing how I throw punches. And that guy just happens to.
It's talking about aggressive shit in the club with a bunch of drunk rednecks. That's
Okay.
okay.
Hey, man, you wanna say
That's
how
a
to punch?
recipe for disaster.
So
How you staying back?
This is how I hit my old lady.
yeah. So I'm sitting there.
You want to feel how hard
I'm
can
sitting
punch?
there I'm sitting there shadow boxing in the club, right? No big deal. And then like this dude comes up and he's like, "Hey man, ain't gonna be none of that." And I was like, "Yeah, dude, I know. Who are you again? That crazy fucking guy?" I'm like, "He's like, ain't gonna be none of that tonight." And fighting. I'm like, "Dude, okay, man, you get away." And I was just kind of like trying to talk him away. So then I went about my business. As I would start to dance or whatever, he would start doing this weird, like, kind of get silly move when he swirls arms, and he keeps getting closer to me. And I was like, hey, I told security guard because I knew the guy. He's like, hey, this guy keeps getting close to me. He's weird, man. He's like, yeah, he's trying to sucker punch. He does this like every weekend. We beat him up and throw him out of here. I'm like, why is he here then?
Like, why y'all? I don't understand why
Shouldn't
those
be a
people
plaque with
get
his face on
allowed
it?
back into clubs.
Yeah, man. Same
It's like
deal.
the guy we talked about.
I
that
mean,
one
$20
time.
is $20. I mean, if it's $20 to get in the door, I mean, they're going.
Yeah, they're going to take it anytime.
They gonna take it.
They're going
No
to take
matter-
it and kick you out 10 minutes later.
I mean, even if people do get stabbed on the premise, which they have.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, straight up. I mean, that legitimately happened. I had a.
Yeah, Mobile's honestly pretty sketchy. I remember one time I was walking down the street. It was me and Esther, and I saw this guy running towards me, and I mean he had a pretty solid pace on him. I start looking at his hand, and he's like wielding a knife, and
Wielding
I'm like,
a
yeah,
knife.
wielding.
Not holding.
No, he's
wielding.
wielding
Yeah.
it. Like he means business. I'm like, why is this guy running with a knife? And I like have Esther behind me, and I pull my hand
Did
back.
his mom tell him not to run with scissors and sharp objects as a kid?
Apparently not. And he was just like, get the fuck out of my way. And I was like,
Fair
okay,
enough.
okay. Yeah, and I let him pass. And I mean, he's just chucking. I mean, there's nothing more to the story, but weirdest moment in Mobile.
It was like some guy just running with a knife going
Yeah,
down the street.
bloody. Like, yeah, he had blood on his shirt.
He was like, hey, man,
don't
y'all
tear
get
it
out of
up.
his way. He's got business to attend to.
Yeah.
He's got a job
He
to
just
finish.
he just tended to business. Actually,
Yeah,
he
he's
had
trying to get
blood
to
on
his
his shirt.
automobile and get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, that business has been dealt with. To be honest with you.
Jesus. Why'd the lights cut off in here?
Oh, that's
This-
because
this
I got
thing's
it
set
got
on
it
a
on a
timer.
timer, man.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Did all the
Turn it back
power
on.
cut
Well,
off?
it's from my plants, yo. They only get so many hours of daylight up in her.
It freaked me out, man. We're in here and all the lights cut off, and I start looking nervous around.
Yeah,
the room.
dude, it made me feel very uneasy.
Exposed,
Exposed.
Yeah.
vulnerable.
How about that?
I want that light on.
Ow!
Ooh.
No, not that
Damn.
one. I thought that one was on.
Yeah, Michael's
No,
got
that-
this little plant
one
set
won't
up
come
in his apartment. That's what we're recording right now. Looks like he's got a little weed factory going on over here, but it's just plants, man. Michael's just a weird dude, man.
Yeah, weed's just a plant.
Yes, it is.
It's my
It's a
indoor
confusing
greenhouse.
spice.
I made it for an iguana, but it died before I finished it, so it was sad.
Yeah, I mean, God forbid you spend $25 more on another iguana.
Hey man, you gotta fix what's broken sometimes. No, my mom, she had it underneath a like one of the just regular bulbs you put in your ceiling fan, and she thought that was enough light for it, and it ended up getting this bone disease from like deficient calcium, because you're supposed to get whatever, like they need UVB, and they didn't have that.
You got osteoporosis.
Something, yeah, basically something just like
Dude, we had an iguana growing up. That motherfucker never grew. That mother lived for like 8 years. Never grew. He stayed about 1 foot long his entire life.
Bet y'all just fed it lettuce.
We fed it all sorts of shit.
Oh,
Whatever you
That's
could
how it
find under the couch, you know.
No, that man ate all sorts of stuff. He didn't like.
Cheetos,
I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like iguanas that also ate bugs. He didn't like bugs from the pet shop. He didn't.
He liked
yeah.
that free range roach, you know what I'm saying?
No free range roach.
I don't know why it's funny to me, but when I hear about dogs and cats that have like diseases that are almost people-like, it's just funny to me. Like, we got a cat at the pawn shop that has feline AIDS, and I'm like, man, that's funny as fuck.
No, dude, my cousin's cat literally died from that.
Feline
So sad,
AIDS.
yeah.
Feline AIDS, it's
Dude,
a
we
thing,
got a
man.
damn good cat,
Spread
man.
awareness.
It's
Yeah.
spread like it spreads, you know?
Yeah,
Keep your cats
he's,
away from others.
yeah, he's
Find
fixed
out.
now. I mean, so you don't do nothing.
I mean, to put things in perspective, this is a Theodore, Alabama cat that runs the streets. Of course, it's going to have AIDS. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Just
shit.
run
let
around.
The wrong
I'm surprised
crackhead
it's
get a
still
hold
alive,
of it.
honestly.
They don't know what's going
They
to
get
happen.
sick just from like the cat was sick and it sneezed and your cat was just chilling upstairs second floor apartment, and the windows were open, and that breeze.
Why would it be that sneeze? Why couldn't it be affected from your sneeze?
Because
it's only can be affected from another.
Why
cat?
do you think COVID is just this huge deal between like jumping pathogens, or not pathogens,
cats?
but just
what does that have to do with cats?
Kill the cats, Michael. We'll kill them all.
Yeah, let's just fucking throw all the cats in the dumpsters. You're a fucking monster.
Or we are animals in some way, but it's hard to make that switch.
Fuck you like an animal.
Apparently. Conspiracy theories, that's a good one. Yeah.
I had a little conspiracy theory rolling the other day, where see, I'm new to the pool business and everything like that. I've done upgraded my life from the pawn shop, unlike these two.
Dang.
Fuck you.
Oh man. But anyways,
Jesus.
So as far as I know, like if it rains, I figure it dilutes the water and maybe like the chlorine will go down or something like that. And so I developed this conspiracy theory. The next week it rained all week. And I went back to all those pools. My chlorine was through the roof. So I started to develop my own conspiracy theory about the government controlling the weather. And then they're putting chlorine in all the clouds, to make sure that it purifies all the water, because the water purification system's already screwing up. Look at Flint, Michigan. It's all this other stuff. And I was like, dude, look at all this chlorine that's in this pool.
You tweeted enough, 20% of the country will believe it here.
If I tweeted enough, it'll make its way around. They're putting chlorine in the clouds. They're putting it in the air. It's getting on my pools. I know I've got all this documented data on my phone app.
Eddie Bravo.
Last week, chlorine was 0. Now it's 10. What the fuck? I didn't put anything in it.
Eddie Bravo gets a hold of that. It's done, son.
Oh, dude.
I was thinking of the other person, but I forgot his name.
You're talking about Eddie Bravo. Is he just...
He's a conspiracy deal, like everything and anything. There are some conspiracies that are legit, but anything and everything.
Some conspiracies are legit.
Yeah.
It's not a conspiracy, then it's fact.
Bay of Pigs. Look it up, people.
Yeah, no, I just I just wanted to go off the rails with that, like, because me and my partner were going, and he was like, "Why is all this chlorine so high?" And I was like, "It's because the government, man. It's everything. They control everything. They control the weather."
That would make our job so much easier if it really rained chlorine.
Oh, I know it would. I wouldn't have to worry about that, especially around here. Shoot, never have to put a tablet in there.
Seattle wish.
But you guys, like, seriously though, when somebody says my dog has separation anxiety, you don't kind of giggle a little bit, like.
Why do you hate on him?
I don't know. It's just funny, like hearing, like, I don't know. It humanizes
you can tell Russell
them.
Is not an animal.
It's not separation anxiety. Your dog's just an asshole. That's why he chews your couch up.
No, beagles are prone to
Your
it,
dog's
man.
just an asshole.
It's like my dog has
no
glaucoma.
respect for
Well, the
your
reason
fucking
why all these dogs
personal
have like
belongings.
so much separation anxiety or all this other things is because they've been inbred so many times to create this one like breed of dog, you know, to where they're just like, oh, well, this one's more prone to like breathing problems and diabetes and all this and like all these other issues and like just anxieties. No, it's just sitting there shaking, just like pissing itself.
Also, they're like just stuck in 1,700 square foot of living space. And then maybe a backyard if they're
or a
allowed
purse.
out.
It also stresses me out.
Purse, yeah, backpack.
It's there's this trend now where when you have a little bulldog, the more rolls they have, the more desirable they are. It's like, I'm gonna fuck your health up and make you fat for my entertainment.
That's exactly
You're
what it is.
mine.
That's 100%
It's so
what it
sad.
is. You look at like all these different breeds of dogs 100 years ago, like they look so much better and healthier than they do now. But like people want like the flattest face possible for a little bulldog, and it's sit there just just struggling.
No, it's even more-
Michael.
Sleep apnea.
Michael's little dog. Well, Michael's cousin's dog's like, dude, I can't. If somebody's like
Goku.
having trouble breathing, it stresses me out because I don't like not being able to breathe. And like that dog
Makes
will
me
be
think about breathing.
yeah, it makes me think about breathing, and I'm just like, oh, I start like freaking out a little bit on the inside. And this dog will start like getting all up on me, trying to like hang out, and it's all like out of breath just because like walk 3 feet, and it's just sitting there like. And I'm just like, oh my god! I'm sitting there trying to pet it, make it feel okay. And it's just sitting there,
You know,
flattest face on the planet, just sitting there drooling. Everyone's, oh my god!
look-
Somebody put this dog out of his misery.
you look like Will Smith and I Am Legend when he's killing his dog. He's like looking away and
Oh,
just
yeah,
squeezing
just
it,
dude,
that was
putting
the
it out.
saddest scene. Oh my gosh.
What was that? That was that man's best
That man's
friend.
like,
Yeah.
Sam, come on.
And then that bitch comes by and cooks all his bacon.
Oh,
Oh, fucking distraught.
Oh man, I killed her. And
Oh,
turned
man.
her
He
into
was
bacon.
saving that bacon.
That's some damn good bacon, I bet.
Oh man,
There's only bacon left, man. That better be
old
good.
3-year-old bacon, man.
No, it's been in the freezer. It's all right.
It's a little bit freezer burn. It's got the flavor though.
Yeah, it's all about the flavor.
Cooking and it starts falling apart.
I don't know, man, but like, I have that same problem with like just breathing. Like if I think about breathing, like while I'm trying to sleep, it stresses me out, and I start realizing that I have to like choose to breathe every breath.
I
You're just like
think
overthinking about it. and it's
No,
not
dude,
a
like straight
natural
up,
thing
it
anymore.
just, if somebody texts me, like if I'm like laying in bed trying to go to sleep, and somebody texts me, he's like, hey, just make sure you're breathing. And then
yeah, think about
and
it.
then all I'll do is
let's
think
do
about
that.
breathing, and I try to like sit there and try to like not think about it, try to drift off somewhere else, but then I stop breathing. I have to like make the conscious effort to.
All caps. Next message.
Damn it.
Just breathe.
It's like, sorry about my dog. He's got diabetes, high blood pressure, and everything else under the sun. You're like, my God. And he's just. Ooh.
You're just saying
Oh,
people,
he's
it's
so
like,
happy.
That's just saying people. It's like when you're eating mashed potatoes, the dog's also getting mashed potatoes. Like,
Oh my God.
eating off the
Dude, just
same
straight up like
spoon.
killing your dog. Like everybody that feeds their dogs like to the like ridiculous point of like table scraps every day. And dog just keeps getting fatter and fatter and fatter.
Man, I'm not against like, hey, I'm making a
I'm
steak.
not
give
against
my dog
table
a steak.
scraps or like treating your dog.
Boil
here and
your
there.
dog a whole chicken. Like, fuck it.
But no, I had some aunts. My aunt and uncle one time. We gave them this really nice dog, really beautiful dog, and just she ended up dying like really young because she just became fatter and fatter and fatter. Because all they do is just let her like just feed her just nothing but ice cream and table. Oh, look, she likes ice cream. It's like, yeah, of course she does. Everybody likes ice cream, but you can't live off ice cream.
Little stomachs covering up them
Yeah,
little dog
dude,
Never bought
elbows.
dog food for her.
Oh man, just giving her freaking lasagna and raviolis.
Oh, is
and
it Garfield now?
Yeah.
Garfield?
Yeah, that's how they treat. I mean, to be fair, like, yeah, you want to treat your dog good and like make them live like
Is
a
that
human.
live fast, die young?
Yeah, live fast, die young.
If
you
your
know?
dog has ever sprained its ankle jumping off the couch, like that's a problem.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what
a
I'm saying?
problem.
You gotta stop feeding that thing.
Yeah, if like a
How high are
2-foot
these
drop
couches?
like just like makes him slam into the ground, like you need to calm down. Yeah, the dog died young, man.
Oh man,
If
dude,
dogs die young.
talk about all that. We keep bringing up the pawn shop, but like 2 weeks ago, I did save some cats.
Well,
from
here's the thing,
from
Barry.
the inside
Like,
of our roof.
that's the only thing that's really good content
Oh,
right
yeah,
now
man.
because there's always something interesting happening there.
Oh man, but no, we all right. So we got our store cat, and he actually is our cat and lives there. But we also have this stray that also lives there that we have no control over because she's very agile and quick, and she's also a pretty cat. So we're not gonna like not feed her and
It is a pretty cat.
take care of it.
Give me one.
We don't have a real name. I'd also like one Spence. But it's just Mama Cat. I call it Mama Cat, and I meow when I go in the warehouse, let her know I'm there. And but no, she was like really pregnant, and then like we knew she had some kittens, and she was coming in and out the warehouse like so many times we just didn't know where. And then like 3 weeks later, probably about 4, their eyes were open, they were up and moving around when I finally found them. But I finally I even looked in this place like 2 or 3 times, and I finally found these cats like living on our roof. There's these 3 little kittens. And, I climbed up there and, me and Keith, pulled them down and I put them in a little box. And they're all like hissing at us and like, 'cause they never seen a human before. And they were, feral cats up until that point when I first picked them up. And they were then happy cats. But I was up there, and I could literally hear the SPA songs like, in the arms of an angel. And I'm like saving these cats from like certain death on our insulation on our roof. And, we took a bunch of pictures of them, like put them on Facebook, and was trying to give them away, and which we did give them away, and it took us 2 days to realize like this how much like we were just too excited about them, just petting them, and like we were letting them kind of get used to us. But it took us like 2 days to realize like one of them had a little nub, and it was like born with like half a back leg. It didn't have like the they have like the rabbit feet in the back, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this one just didn't have that, and he was just getting around like so normal, like it was just so used to it. Because by the time I found him on the roof, they were up and moving around. They're having a Kit Kat time up there. They're having a fucking little cat party. And but don't know really how we got to. Oh, Russell talking about cats with defects and like animals with defects.
My Mimi literally had 2 cats just like that. They were twins, and CC and PJ.
They're a cat, all
3-leg.
it's a litter. They're all twins.
Well, she bought them together, and they were twins. So, and they were both had the missing paw, just 3-legged. But they were like 26.
They completed
30
each other.
pounds.
Jesus.
Bro, they were massive.
Really?
Like,
So
I mean,
we're
even if
gonna-
they had 4 legs, their belly would probably still drag.
Drag.
Well,
Those
yeah.
cats lived till 16, 17.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I like a good cat, man. I'm actually more of a cat person than I'm a dog person. I'd rather have a good
Yeah,
cat.
absolutely. Been
These
changing
days,
that way.
these days I am.
It's odd. I used to hate cats as a kid just because it was like everyone that I met was mean, but I'm also a hyperactive kid who cats probably didn't want to be around.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like nowadays, like, I don't want to have to, like, I would like a good pet. You know what I mean? I think a cat would make a great pet. You know what I mean? I love cats.
I always wondered why cats hated me as a kid, but I remember this
Dude,
one
every
time.
animal hates you. You just give off bad
Yeah,
vibes.
dude, you're
everywhere
so
you go.
stiff. You ever watch like Russell get around? Even I don't know, Chihuahua.
I get
Yorkie?
really nervous around
stiff.
dogs,
It's
man.
gonna bite me.
But no, I used to do this thing, and again, I was a kid, so forgive me, people. But they were never injured. I used to do this
We did
thing
some fucked up things as kids.
when I was a kid, and again, it didn't hurt them. But I'd get a pillow,
Maybe.
and I'd put a little kitten in the middle, and I'd squish the pillow together and pop it, and they'd fly up in there, and they'd fly up in there like 6 feet, and you'd hear 'em, meow, and I'd catch them. And I'd always catch them. I never hurt them. You know, they were fine. They all grew up
No,
just
that's
happy
not
lives.
cool at all, man.
It wasn't
Like,
cool, but it was
It's
like
different if you have like one of those little poppet things you push down with your finger and it's like a little fake frog and it pops. Like that's okay to do that.
you know, I'd pop them up there, and then I'd catch them.
That's fucked up, dude.
But I did it I did it like on a bed, so even if I missed them, they'd hit the bed. But
I mean,
again,
that's
they're
no
like,
difference than throwing them in the bonfire.
they're about-
you fucking monster.
Jesus.
Yeah, dude.
Throw them in the old backpack and throw a few rounds of
Hey.
buckshot in it, man.
Oh, that is a reference to a previous podcast from a very crazy guy in the neighborhood. Go listen to it, people, or get the fuck off my podcast. All right, all right,
If only y'all could see the face we saw.
all right.
Yeah, dude, he put a lot of. I saw that
Yeah,
forehead,
Rusty, I mean,
like,
it-
pop, man.
I had that old Jesse
He's all
Pinkman
for it,
vein,
So, I mean, something's got to pop.
bitch. Jamie right here.
Oh, man.
Okay, so I had a good topic for the gang. Okay, think of stores in the mall. When you associate
Cinnabon.
bad hygiene, like if you think of a guy who says, "Man, that guy has really bad hygiene,"
Oh, so
where
we're
is he
just
going
like-
to shop in the
what-
mall?
Let him finish.
Incel.
Oh
What-
yeah,
What gives off incel?
What store gives off bad hygiene? If the guy walks in the mall and he has terrible hygiene, and you're guessing, I'm gonna
Lids.
guess where this guy's about to shop.
He's going to
Lids?
Lids.
I say Hot Topic.
Not okay. Number
No.
one, hot top. But
No,
if they're
most emo kids, all right, emo guys, yes, are dirty looking. Emo girls are generally like very insecure and very clean.
No.
no,
Honestly, I was
no,
thinking
sir.
about the Alabama Auburn
Honestly,
Tiger like store. I feel like smelly people go in there.
But I'm saying Lids. I think most dirty people. I see a lot of dirty people in hats. I'm thinking
the
Lids.
thing that I associate with lids is way too much cologne.
Lids?
Yeah,
I could see that.
like
Yeah.
just somebody
Yeah,
like people that
I can see that.
overspray cologne and where you smell them like 6 stores away.
When I think of Lids,
Maybe
I
it's
think
just every guy that goes into Lids wears cologne. and
When
it
I
just-
imagine guys in Lids, I imagine like wife beater tank tops and
I imagine like well dressed people with like Braves jerseys on and like nice jeans, nice shoes, looking clean. That's what I imagine. When I imagine Hot Topic or Spencer's Gifts, I imagine some dirty
Don't talk shit
looking
about me.
bitch, 3-day no shower, Xbox, Doritos all day type of kid, just going up in there living it up.
no. I am when I imagine like Spencer's Gifts. I imagine
Dirty fucking people.
no. I imagine
Oh yeah.
like a group of like bridesmaids getting some funny things for their bridal shower or whatever it is or bridal party. That's like never really experienced like that weirdness because they're all like very sheltered. That's like they're trying to be funny and corny and like, oh, I'm gonna get this dildo fucking cup.
Oh, I always
Oh, we
associate
got a
it
bunch
with
of penis pops. Isn't that so crazy?
all
Yeah,
the.
it's fucking crazy.
it's
a
like this
penis-shaped
natural
popsicle.
thing that it occurs between two
Now, I
people.
always
It's
thought,
weird
like,
how that happens.
All the kids that smell like pee in middle school gym class are like at Hot Topic right now as we speak. Well, not right now because they're closed, but they'll be there. They'll be there.
Well, Hot Topic isn't what it used to be though. Like Hot Topic, yeah, dude, back like 2009.
Like I think
2007.
this is what I
Oh,
think of
dude.
Hot Topic. I think of 130-pound chick walking there, dyed pink hair, dirty looking.
130 pound ain't a big chick.
No. I'm just saying she's dirty looking. Like she's really skinny, like anorexic looking chick walking up in there, and not in a good way, like in a bad way. She's walking up in there. She's got the pink hair dye or whatever. She's got
She's
the
like skinny fat.
Hello Kitty book bag, and she's got the straight up Nightmare Before Christmas shirt on, and just walking in there smelling like weed and
Oh.
sweat, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
weed
ain't
and
washed
sweat.
her hair in like a couple
I'll tell you
weeks.
something
Yeah.
that smells bad.
Oh yeah, is she gonna smell? Yeah, she's
I
gonna
mean,
smell
maybe
bad.
sweat.
Like bad hygiene.
Yeah, well, I mean, generally just bad hygiene people go there, and I'm one of them. I'm just kidding.
But then my next pick was Earthbound.
Earthbound.
So for people who
Earthbound's
don't
pretty
know,
legit.
Earthbound is a place where you go in there and it's like really hippie vibes. It's like if you could
Is that the
roll
place
up.
where I saw that really nice fanny pack the other day?
That is exactly.
Oh,
where
that's
you
a
s-
great place. Why would you get a bad vibe in there?
But no, I'm just saying everybody in there is gonna smoke pot.
No, dude.
Like,
Dude, it
really
costs,
bad
It
skunk
costs
weed.
$65 for a fucking fanny pack. Ain't nobody in there fucking dirty.
I don't know, man.
You in there spending money. You a fucking
You at least took a shower.
Yeah,
I
you took
feel
a
like
shower
in
that day.
Earthbound at any minute a drum circle could start up. Just
Oh
any
yeah,
minute.
just a bunch of natural.
Oh my
people.
god, I do like the look. I do like the hippie looking like.
That's what I'm saying. It's a hippie burnout.
I do like the hippie looking sweater jackets. You know what I'm talking about? Like the
A cardigan.
no,
It's
the
the one
hippie
that
looking.
they look knitted, right?
Yeah, I do like.
Yeah.
Dude, they're like $15 in there. Everything else, yeah. You want a pocket full of rocks, man? $600. But them little fucking knitted fucking jackets. You want a good little energy stone for your pocket. $60.
Is any
That little knitted
Actually, no, I
jacket?
saw a pinky
Speaking
ring
of
in there
that-
that I really wanted. And then I brought that up to Russell. He's like, man, you want a pinky ring too? And he started showing me these pinky rings. And I was like,
Dude,
I'm not
Russell
that
showed
kind
me
of
the pinky rings
not
the
that
way
kind
they
of
were.
pinky ring.
Dude, I
Dude,
would.
speaking of stones and that, can any of y'all like truly like explain to me like the significance of like people spending astronomical amounts of money and like
On stones
crystals?
like that, on crystals and stuff like that, because if it's all about your mindset, of course, Spencer, and you're kind of a douche,
I am.
and you like to rain on people's parades.
I do.
But for someone who sees the enjoyment in life and enjoys like small things.
Does anybody else feel like Barry's simping right now for some reason?
I feel like he's talking to some girl that asked about his
I
astrological
feel like he's simping for
sign.
some girl.
No, absolutely
Did you tell
not.
somebody your astrological sign?
No, I don't know
Did
what
she
that
ask you
is.
you were born?
Yeah, did she
Exact
ask you
date
what
and
time
time?
you were born on
No,
the day?
no, get
Stop
out of here,
talking
man.
to her, man.
You
You
trying
don't
to-
need that kind of negativity in your life.
No, I'm just saying, dude. I'm literally just saying. Like,
People have different beliefs, is all you say.
No, do you remember Drake from the pawn shop? Long hair
Yes.
Drake. Drake?
Drake was a cool ass dude, and he was all about them pocket rocks. Some motherfucker had a fucking. He would sometimes wear cargo pants. He had so many of them motherfuckers,
Well, I think.
and he would like spill this like idea into my mind. I was like, yeah, man, it's fucking rock. I'm like, yeah, dude, like, you're fucking stupid. You got a fucking rock in your pocket. It's not giving you energy.
They're not rocks, Marie. They're minerals.
Yeah, I mean,
See?
but yeah, I was like, oh, this is an amethyst.
Well, I mean, here's the thing.
and
Well, I'm talking
if
about.
it gives you confidence, because like at the end of the day, when people wear gold chains, listen to Future doing interviews, like I wear these gold chains and I feel confident every time I put them on.
I'm more looking at like I understand if you're like a rock collector, that's one thing. But I'm talking about like the crystals and stuff. People go to New Orleans to like grab and stuff like that. I don't.
I wouldn't go to New Orleans to grab Chris. I don't want to go to. I
Well,
wouldn't
people
go to
do
New
that
Orleans
because
to grab
they're into
anything.
that like the pagan
Grab
like
some
voodoo
tang.
stuff, which is
I don't
fine.
want to be in New Orleans at all. New Orleans
Which
is the
is
worst place
fine.
I've ever
No,
been
it's
to.
fine, man. But like, I'm just curious, like,
Rather go to
what is the
Somalia.
significance of like the crystals
Somalia.
themselves? I was just curious,
I
all
think-
us uninformed people, to start weighing in on topics we know nothing about.
Dude, that was a loud burp. I just think those people have the belief that certain ones have certain vibes. So sort of like how when you wear a gold chain, maybe you give off a certain vibe. Maybe if you have a certain rock in your pocket or crystal, gives
Well,
off
when
a certain
they
vibe.
meditate
The
with
brain
crystals
is
and
extremely
stuff.
powerful. Yeah, and that's
Like-
exactly what it is. The meditation on that rock and feeling like it gives you that could probably release something in you.
I'd have to say that I'm not very educated on the topic.
I know.
must
Well, that's
say.
why I want to ask because I know
but
we're
maybe
all
it gives
completely
someone like a
uneducated.
euphoric
and I-
feeling, and
So let's just talk about something we don't know about.
Exactly.
Go, Barry.
exactly, it just gives someone a good feeling, and it makes them happy. So fuck you, Spencer, for fucking shitting.
I'm not shitting
somebody.
on anybody. I'm curious.
He's curious.
Did it
Just
sound
general
curious to y'all, or did it sound like he was shitting on somebody?
A little bit of both.
I
No, I wanted to
Think
understand.
both.
I
Yeah,
want
he's
to
a- He's
understand
like, well,
like
fuck's when we have
what.
some fucking rocks
I think
in his
that's
pocket
really
when
what
they
we
get
want
tight,
Spencer to
like-
admit is that he is shitting, but he's also curious.
I'm not on a toilet right now.
Shitting, but also
bi-curious.
Yeah, rolled by it too.
bi-curious. That's what that means.
I'm a
right?
little
Yeah, a little
bi-curious.
bi-curious.
I don't know.
Hold
No,
on now, children.
No, I don't know. It's just I don't get it, and which is fine. But I just want to know.
Just want to know.
We'll have to sit down with somebody one day and talk.
Well,
Next time we see that chick, you know the chick I'm talking about downtown. When we see her again, we're gonna sit her down and pick her brain.
Oh yeah, pick her brain about stuff, and she. Oh yeah, her.
Her.
Yeah, the real estate chick does
Wow.
cocaine. That
Y'all
girl.
really want to get in a conversation
Who?
with her again?
Well, especially not if she's high on her cocaine and drunk off her butt.
Bro, she was
Yeah, dude. She was,
a mess.
dude. All and
If
her
you could
friends,
imagine-
dude, I thought I was in like a circle of like, dude. They were so aggressive about it though. Like asking me about my astrological signs and all that stuff. Like, when were you born? What is this? What is your rising sign? What's your all this other stuff? I was like, what are you talking about?
All those guys were simping.
So here's the deal.
I got ambushed. I thought I was in like getting
So
attacked
here's the
by
deal.
Jehovah's Witnesses or something.
Imagine this chick right now, right? So imagine this. She's like Taylor Swift, but does real estate, but does cocaine. Or you could just say,
Taylor Swift
Taylor-
probably does cocaine.
oh yeah, she definitely does coke. Never mind, I take that back. Yeah, so just imagine that. and she was really drunk and like talking into Spencer's mouth, like, "Hey, how
Like literally.
It's just like, you mean to tell me you don't believe? It's like, I'm not saying I don't believe. I just don't know. I don't know enough about it. I want you to explain it to me.
Like
It's
sometimes
like, I'm very open-minded, but just because I don't know, don't mean you can like start judging me about it.
yeah. So imagine if you can hear somebody's hot breath, you could hear hers. It was like,
Oh yeah, dude. There,
you know what I'm saying?
there was a lot of vodka and a lot of
I was
upchuck
pretty
stomach
drunk
acid
that
sitting in
night.
the
And,
back
and
of her
trying to
tonsils.
drive home. Like, she was a mess.
I was pretty drunk that night, but I remember you talking to her, and I just like avoided the whole situation.
Yeah,
When I
it felt
looked over
awkward.
there, because we were like kind of sitting at our own table for a minute, and then Spencer's like, "Oh, I know that chick. I'm gonna go talk to her." I'm like, "Oh, all right, man, go do your thing."
No, I waited
And
there and
then-
she came over and talked to me.
Or whatever it was, but I remember like
I waited
looking
there
over,
when she
and they're
came
like
over.
bumping coke, and I'm like, I don't want to associate with them. And
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna do my own thing.
And we've talked about this in another podcast. There are some times when I see one of my friends right here in a conversation they're probably not ready for or just don't feel like having, and I don't extend the rope. I just walk away and like, not my
I was
problem.
like, you're on your own,
Yeah.
man. I ain't even gonna leave you a paddle with this boat.
Yeah, I just leave them alone. I could join him, like, hey, Spencer, I need you over here. Hey, Barry. But no, it's funny, man. Just leave him alone.
Nah, man, I was getting ambushed like super hard. They started asking me everything. I was like, I don't know. Are you judging us for like not for because you don't believe? I think you're very closed-minded. I was like, I'm open. I'm asking you. I'm trying to like understand what you're trying to tell me.
Yes,
right
they
now.
deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell.
But honestly, I got to give them a little bit of credit because we know how Spencer communicates sometimes, and his
Yeah.
tone
Yeah.
That's
can
fair.
really be off.
That is fair.
Dude, we went to Texas Roadhouse last night.
Did it happen?
No.
Did the steak? Oh, he didn't turn his steak back.
Dude, Spencer ate his entire steak.
No way.
Didn't complain
Everybody,
about
let's
his
give a
entire
this is
meal.
man around
Spencer
applause right here.
around
Oh my
That's what I'm talking
God.
about.
He did not send it back.
No, dude, he didn't do
damn good
anything.
steak.
But no, he was sitting there talking about it. He's like, yeah. He's like, that's why I order it medium. He's like, because if it's, he's like, that's why I order medium rare because if it's like too undercooked, I'll just tell him to go put it back for a minute. I was like, God damn. I was like, it's about to happen.
No, it gives you more room for error, man. Like, here's the thing. It's not like if you give me a medium rare steak and it just comes out rare, it's like, hey, they'll put it back on the grill for like a minute and it's fine. It's not like they had to like throw that steak out, put a whole new one. But if I
That's 100% what they do if you
Hey,
send
you
your food
tell
back.
them, you say, hey, lady, you should have said, you look her in the eye and say, hey, I like my women like I like my steaks. Bleeding with a side of asparagus. Know what I'm saying?
Nah, I don't know what you're saying.
no, but if I order medium or whatever, it'll come back like well done. I'm like, "Ah, dang it, I guess I'll eat this boot.
Boo.
Chewing that thing.
No,
Oh,
I
that's
always,
so
always order
sad.
medium, and it always comes out just how I want it to, man.
Well, things don't work out for me, man. It's just what it is.
Dude.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. There are small things in life that I shouldn't get angry about, but when I watch Spencer eat steak, I really just want to come across the table at him.
Dude,
I don't know why. He just enjoys it too much. I'm
Nah,
like, dude,
just the way he
you
prepares
should
his
eat
food.
your feed like I do. You should shove it down your face and do what you got to do. He's in there like pondering, looking at the ceiling, wrinkling his collar. I'm like, fuck off, Spencer.
Oh man, how
Does,
many
does
times you
Ben
been?
still cut every piece of steak up?
No,
before
it's
he
like
bites
he
it?
like shreds it into like little bits and mixes
Yeah.
it with his potatoes.
And he
Like,
thinks
didn't do
about
it last night.
a
because
half
the
inch
potatoes-
by half inch.
Dude, no, the potatoes weren't on the plate; they were in bowls, so he couldn't do it.
Oh.
Not he fucking would have.
Yeah.
It would have grossed me the fuck out. Them bloody ass looking potatoes over there on his plate. I would have been over there gagging. Oh,
No, I did.
would have ruined the whole night.
I did have a douchey moment one time at
One time.
One time.
No, this one was actually really bad. I may have talked about this before, but I think it was on a podcast we didn't air because of like some audio problems maybe. But no, I went to Ruby Tuesdays, and here's the thing about Ruby Tuesdays:
You don't get a steak from Ruby
You don't
Tuesdays.
you don't get a steak from Ruby Tuesdays, and I had to learn this the hard way. And
It's a $6 steak. You should.
I don't remember how much. I don't remember how much it was, but I ordered a steak from Ruby Tuesdays or whatever. Went and met up with a buddy of mine for lunch. We had gotten out of class. Like, hey, let's get a steak. And we was kind of feeling froggy, so we might as well jump, you know. And
Rivet.
yes. So anyway, so we go get this steak, or I'll order it, and they bring it out to me. And I shit you not, this steak was green with a
Oh,
little hint
man.
of gray.
It's my old garlic butter.
And
on
I
there.
was just like,
They put it in the microwave.
I don't know what they did, but anyway.
That's
And
gross.
so I cut into the steak, and it was supposed to be like medium rare, and I could tell it was, but this meat was not good. It was like it had no pink or anything in the center of it. It was just like
Gray.
just gray.
Yeah, it was an old piece of fucking.
I don't
meat.
know what it
Yeah,
was,
man.
but anyway, I took a
'Cause no one
bite of
orders
it.
steaks from
Sounds
fucking-
like a difficult customer to me.
I took a bite of this steak, man, and it tasted like old hamburger meat. like just like a school Salisbury steak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I was just like eating it. I took a bite or two. And I was like, dude, I can't eat this. And so I told the waiter to come over. He's like, hey, how's the food?
Spencer raised his hand. He was like, hey.
I think he came back around or whatever. He came back around and was like, man, I don't know what it is. Just the steak, it just ain't. It ain't it. I don't know what's going on. It's green. He's like, is it? And I'm like, yeah, look at it. And he's like, I don't know, man.
You look at it?
I don't know, man. I don't know if it's green or not. And I was like, well, look, man, I just feel like something's off. And he's like, oh, we'll make you a new one. I was like, no, you ain't got to. I'll eat my other food or whatever. He's like, no, we'll make you a new one. I'm like, all right, fair enough. He's like, how do you want it? You know, medium rare or whatever. They go out and they bring it back, and the manager comes back. And so they both bring it to me because I said something about the meat itself. I was like, I don't know what's going on with the meat. Something looks weird. And so the manager comes. They watch me, like, cut into the steak, just bird dogging me. Just watching every move that I make.
Nervous,
Top
man.
Chef.
And I was like, so what do you think about this one? I was like, you want me to be honest? And they're like, yeah.
Yeah, Gordon Ramsay.
I was like, it's not good, man. It's a bad steak. It's actually pretty gross. And I was like, look at the color. I was like, look at the coloration. Like, it's green. Like, there's no pink. It's gray.
Yeah, because that's what meat will do when it starts getting older.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know if
turning like it's not even like it's like a what do you call it? Like cards will be like it, like a good card.
Yeah.
Like a good Yu-Gi-Oh card would be a holographic looking.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Ooh, that's
yeah,
so
dude,
gross.
and that's what it looked
You know
like.
exactly what I'm talking about now, don't you? It's like a
And then I
holographic
was
look.
making Brock so uncomfortable because it just looks like a steak. And I was like, no, it fucking doesn't. It's green. Y'all see this green on this steak?
I feel so bad for bro.
Oh, yeah, but here's the thing, though. They were like,
I've been there so many times.
The manager was all like, just like looking at me and like really like stressing what I was going to say. And I was like, dude, it's just not good. I don't know what it is with your meat. I don't know if it just tastes microwave, tastes like. It just doesn't taste good, man. I just can't eat it.
I
It's
don't-
like,
I don't want your
do
meat.
you want something else on the menu? I was like, no, I don't want anything. I'll just take an ice cream sundae. I got an ice cream sundae, and I tipped.
For free, didn't you?
No, I paid for everything,
Okay.
and I tipped that waiter like $20 extra just for dealing with me.
I thought you said you were like a douche in the story.
I was because I had.
Sounds like a pretty good thing.
Well, here's the thing: it was just like I'm making an awkward situation for everybody.
He ordered $80 worth of food. I mean, 2 steaks and a fucking ice cream sundae.
better
man, at a
pay us,
restaurant.
bitch.
You paid for 2 steaks?
No, I didn't.
I was
Actually,
about to say, I was like-
I did. Actually, you know what? They took the steaks off of it. They didn't make me pay for the steaks, but I ended up tipping the waiter like $20.
Yeah.
You know, and so just to be like for dealing with it. So I felt bad, but I was like, dude, it's just not good. I don't really know what to tell you. They wanted me to be honest. I was being honest with you. It was bad. It was gross.
I'm
Oh.
just being honest.
And I'll be honest too. We have a way of ending things on a funny note, and Michael just happened to ruin the podcast at the very last moment. So we're gonna go ahead and end this podcast. And I appreciate all you guys for coming out.